Hey guys, Tim here from Concise Tech. Today I want to go over with you from the new Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 6, the Magic Erase feature. So Google sent this phone out to me because I am part of Team Pixel, but this is one of the brand new features that they mentioned this year. This Magic Eraser allows you to go back into photos and literally delete things out of it that you don't want, that's in the background, the foreground, wherever. So this is a pretty cool feature, and it honestly seems pretty unbelievable when you first look at it, especially when you see some of the demos of what they show that you can do. And it works pretty darn good. I'm gonna show you here a couple examples coming up, and we're gonna talk about kind of what kind of scenarios are best to use this in and where you should probably shy away from it, because it's not something you're gonna be able to use in every single photo. But let's get into it. So first, how do you use this? So to get into the Magic Eraser feature, what you do is you basically go into your photos, you find a photo that you want to use. So then you're going to go to the edit button down there on the bottom, you're going to scroll over to tools, and then once you click on that, you'll see the Magic Eraser there. So when you click on that, what it's going to do is it's automatically going to start searching for suggestions. So typically I found in my use that suggests humans most of the time. So if there's a photo in there with a lot of humans in it, that's kind of what it's going to tell you, and it may highlight them automatically to where then you can basically click on them and then it's going to go ahead and remove that for you. If it doesn't do any suggestions for you, it's going to give you the indicator to either circle or scribble over whatever object it is you want to remove out of the picture. So this first example I'm going to show you is this kind of landscape photo I have here, and you're going to see there's kind of a little pond here and trees around and everything. In the foreground, there's actually like a plastic little lawn chair that's in there. So I wanted to try that out and just trying to erase that out of this picture. So for this one, I scribbled over it. You basically kind of, outline as best as you can directly on top of that object. And you can see here, it literally identified that it was a chair. Like the whole perimeter gets outlined kind of after I take my finger off of it, and poof, it's gone. So they did a great job on this one. I was pretty amazed at taking that out of there. You really can't tell then by like the repairing it did and everything in that spot that there was a chair there. So I thought this was an awesome example of the feature, and this was the first photo that I tested that out on, so that's pretty promising. So the next photo I have is this photo of this moth that was down on the ground the one day I shot. I think this was actually one that was from another phone, so that's another cool tip to tell you right now is this doesn't have to be exactly from a picture that was taken on your Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro. This can be from another phone that you just have in your library. But so zooming in here and looking at this moth on the ground, there was a little piece of leaf that was like in the foreground here in front of it, and I was able to just kind of touch on that, and it took that out. And again, I was pretty impressed then with taking that out. It just kind of, healed the ground right there, made it look like it was never there in the first place. Then looking at some of the features on the moth, some of the spots that were on there and everything, I started messing around with that a little bit and just kind of circling some of the, circles and spots and kind of the markings on this moth. And I was able to delete those off, and honestly does a pretty convincing job taking those off of there. So I was very impressed with how it did on this photo as well. And you can see if I go kind of back and forth here, I was playing around with the reverse and undo and everything, and you can kind of see exactly what we took off and putting it back, and just how big of a difference it makes. You really can't tell on this picture in my mind that you really altered it that much. So one of the other great uses I found for this Magic Eraser tool is text. So one of the things I'm going to show you here is I got these socks sent to me for doing some Google Maps reviews and stuff, honestly. So this was a little gift they gave. So I had taken a picture of these and this, almost this little stock card and kind of cardboard stock or something with some text on it. So I just kind of wiped over that to try to delete some text off of there. And it did a great job with that too. You literally cannot even tell that there was any text there to begin with. So I think with any like documents or maybe signage, anything you want deleted, that's a great use for that. If there's maybe some kind of sensitive information you've maybe left on a document even, or maybe say you have an email or a screenshot, this would be an awesome use of that Magic Erase as well. All right, so what's the catch? Obviously this isn't gonna work for every single photo. I found, a good rate of success with a lot of the photos I was playing around with. However, there are some, like there's this grill picture I took while I was at my buddy's. I was like, let me try to remove this grill cover off of the ground here. So you can see that did not do quite as good of a job. Basically, it seems like the AI kind of has to have a good idea, or you have to make it easy for it to know what to replace when you're taking something out of there. So the simpler the photo is, and if things around it are uniform, that's going to be pretty easy, and that's where I think you're going to have the most success. If it's a little more complicated, or like I have this other photo of someone swimming, it came up with all these people that it identified to delete, and then when I tried to delete this one guy out of the corner, you're going to see it does not know, you know, like it's kind of where literally the square edge of the pool is. And when it removes the guy, like, you know, it just doesn't know kind of how to put that together, how to fill that in. So there's certain uses like that where it's just not really going to work that great. But for the most part, I was pretty impressed with this feature. I think having this feature is obviously better than not having it at all, but you know, it's kind of expected. You're probably not going to use it for everything. And they have, you know, there were some disclaimers even on like the GIF that they use for marketing. It said, you know, not all objects are going to work with this feature, which is to be expected, right? But still, it's going to save you, I think, in a lot of instances. And if you start kind of learning, I think you'll get a feel of, you know, what type of pictures and what type of edits are and are not going to work with this feature. But overall, it's pretty cool. Thank you guys. Let me know what you think down there in the comments below. Like I said, I got this Pixel 6 Pro from Google. I have some other content coming out. This is a video right here as well regarding this Pixel 6 Pro and some of the features. Hit the subscribe button right up here if you like this kind of content. I have some more Pixel 6 Pro content coming, and I have some other comparisons of more recent Pixels as well. But please like this video if you found it helpful, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.